What I wish I knew about Korean reunification when I was in school? The idea of North and South Korea coming together seemed like a distant dream, something only found in history books or discussed in political science classes. But what if it actually happened? What if the two Koreas, after decades of separation, decided to reunite? Buckle up. The answer might blow your mind. The implications of such a monumental event are vast and complex, touching every aspect of life on the Korean peninsula and beyond. Picture this: North and South Korea, two countries divided by war, suddenly decide to reunite. The border that has separated families, friends, and a shared cultural heritage for over 70 years would finally come down. What would it look like? A unified Korea would be a blend of two very different worlds, each bringing its own strengths and challenges to the table. First off, North Korea's 25 million people would join South Korea's 51 million. That's a massive population boom. Imagine the bustling streets of Seoul and Pyongyang filled with people from both sides, mingling and interacting in ways that were previously unimaginable. That's a massive population boom. The sudden increase in population would bring about significant changes in infrastructure, housing, and public services. Cities would need to expand, and new towns might spring up to accommodate the influx of people. But it doesn't stop there. Economically, it's a mixed bag. The integration of North Korea's largely agrarian and industrial economy with South Korea's high-tech, service-oriented economy would be a monumental task. Economically, it's a mixed bag. The challenges would be immense, but so would the opportunities. South Korea's advanced technology and North Korea's untapped natural resources, a match made in heaven. The potential for economic growth is enormous. South Korea's expertise in technology and innovation could unlock the vast natural resources of the North, leading to a boom in industries such as mining, manufacturing, and energy. A match made in heaven. The combined GDP could skyrocket. Imagine the economic powerhouse that a unified Korea could become, with the potential to rival some of the world's largest economies. The combined GDP could skyrocket. The stock markets would likely see a surge, and foreign investments would pour in, eager to tap into the new opportunities presented by a unified Korea. But wait, there's more. Imagine the culture clash. North Korea's strict, isolated way of life meets South Korea's vibrant, fast-paced society. The cultural integration would be a fascinating process, filled with both challenges and opportunities. Imagine the culture clash. The blending of North Korea's traditional collectivist culture with South Korea's modern, individualistic society would create a unique cultural landscape. North Korea's strict, isolated way of life meets South Korea's vibrant, fast-paced society. The integration process would be a wild ride. From traditional parades in the north to K-pop concerts in the south, the cultural exchange would be rich and diverse. The integration process would be a wild ride. Think about the food, the music, the fashion, all blending together to create a new, unified Korean culture. Think language barriers, different currencies, and even different internet access. The logistical challenges would be enormous, but so would the rewards. And the political scene? Oh boy. One unified government would need to balance the polar opposites, communist roots and capitalist dreams. The political landscape would be one of the most challenging aspects of reunification. One unified government would need to balance the polar opposites, communist roots and capitalist dreams. Creating a political system that respects the history and values of both sides while moving forward as a unified nation would be a delicate dance. A delicate dance, don't you think? On the flip side, families separated for decades would reunite. The emotional impact of reunification cannot be overstated. On the flip side, families separated for decades would reunite. Heartwarming stories of people finding long-lost relatives. Imagine the joy and tears as families who have been separated for generations finally come together. Heartwarming stories of people finding long-lost relatives. Emotional reunions that could heal old wounds. The human aspect of reunification would be one of the most powerful and moving elements of the entire process. Emotional reunions that could heal old wounds. So could it happen? Who knows? The path to reunification is fraught with challenges, but the potential rewards are immense. So could it happen? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. A unified Korea would change the world in ways we can barely imagine. The geopolitical landscape of East Asia and the world would be forever altered. But one thing's for sure. A unified Korea would change the world in ways we can barely imagine. The ripple effects would be felt far and wide, influencing global politics, economics, and culture. Fascinating, right? The idea of a unified Korea is both thrilling and daunting, filled with endless possibilities and challenges. Stay curious and keep exploring. The future is full of unknowns, but one thing is certain: the story of Korea is far from over.